Hello, and welcome to Courageously Kind, a show in which we talk about the complexities of kindness.
We're your hosts, Maddie and Liz, and we want to change the world through meaningful conversations.
We hope that our conversations help spark conversations of your own to create change in ourselves, our communities, and our world.
Without further ado, let's get started.
So, I think today might be a little rambly. Just forewarning.
When aren't we a little rambly?
That is true. But I wanted to talk about this because I was listening to a podcast this morning. A podcast called Radical Empathy.
Ooh.
What an amazing name, first of all. It's produced by Jubilee. They're a really well-known media company. And I love their content. Their content is all about bringing people together and understanding people, and I absolutely love them. So I was listening to the first episode of this podcast called Radical Empathy, and it was really, really interesting, and the first episode talked about beliefs. And I think, this world is full of people. I think every single person has a unique belief system. I think our beliefs are similar at their core.
But yet subjective.
Subjective is a good word to describe it as. I just think that we all, we may believe in the same things, but how I interpret it may be different from how you interpret it.
Definitely, based on experiences and life, and just, I feel like the world around you influences, the world in you.
Exactly. They talked about in this podcast how our beliefs are shaped by our experiences and also by our environments.
Yeah.
And that's how you see, I think, communities form of people that have the same beliefs, maybe religious communities or communities elsewhere, communities online, like what we're doing, kind of. You have those communities form out of people that share the same beliefs. So it's really interesting how our beliefs kind of shape who we are as people and how we interact with the world around us. I feel like I could talk about this forever. I feel like this topic is kind of really complex and we don't talk about it enough. There's a hair on my microphone. There we go. We don't talk about it enough, I don't think. But the episode was really interesting. I don't know if I mentioned, it was their first episode that they ever did of their show, Radical Empathy. And they first just talk about, what is a belief? And what we're talking about is not, religious beliefs. It's just beliefs in general.
Yeah, like philosophies.
Yeah. What morals, what do you believe to be true? What are your truths? And that, I think, is a complex topic in and of itself. But more specifically, we're going to be talking about opposing beliefs and what to do when you encounter someone with an opposing belief, and how to treat them with respect and with kindness. We see so much conflict between people with opposing beliefs. That's how wars happen and things like that.
Yeah.
Or different people believe different things to be true. So it just shows you the weight of what our beliefs hold.
And it's so interesting. Often opposing beliefs prevent kindness.
Yeah.
They put up these walls of I think this and you think that. We're never going to change what we think.
Yeah.
So that kindness is never going to go through that wall and break that wall.
Yeah.
But opposing beliefs really is an opportunity to practice kindness.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity to really, go deeper and really, tackle these complex elements of kindness. Because it's not, kindness is not pleasantries. It's not, hey, how you doing?
It's deeper than that.
Deeper.
Yeah.
And opposing beliefs is really an opportunity to practice and express that.
It's like an obstacle that can kind of challenge you to be a kinder person. Because it's easy to be kind to people that like have the same beliefs, that think the same way, that you're on the same page. Sometimes it's harder to express kindness and compassion and empathy toward people. Oh, I just got a kink in my neck. Did you see that? We do this in one take, so it's all going in. Wow, that's crazy. But I have no idea what I'm saying.
You were talking about how
it's harder and it's more of a challenge to be kinder to people that don't believe in the same or believe in the opposite thing that you believe in. And I think that is because we do hold such value in our beliefs.
Yeah.
They're so important to us, and they make us who we are, and they are so significant in our lives that if someone else believes in something else or something that opposes what we believe in, it almost feels like a threat on us as people. We take it really personally. We don't have to take it so personally. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And, because our beliefs shape us and kind of create who we are, I think that's why.
Yeah.
When we're talking about something like religion, somebody doesn't believe in what you believe in. It's almost, it feels very personal.
Yeah.
Of like,
yeah,
we're never gonna agree.
And I think it's a fear of like, I don't want my belief to be wrong.
Right.
Because I place so much value in it. So the defense mechanisms go up, and I think that's where hate comes from sometimes. Do you know what I mean? That defense of like, I don't want to be wrong.
Right.
And I value my beliefs so highly that I don't want to admit that there are other possibilities out there.
Right.
But admitting that there are other possibilities out there isn't necessarily like, it doesn't devalue your beliefs.
Yeah.
Your beliefs can still be valuable, but you can say, like, there might be another explanation, or there might be other truths.
And I think, that's why we don't all live in peace and harmony right now. It's because, none of us know the answers.
Yeah.
And, none of us have the answers to some of these really big questions that divide beliefs.
Yeah.
So because neither one of us know, who's right and who's wrong.
Right.
Like, we're never, like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. We forget the possibility that, like, maybe we're all right. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe we don't have to be right or wrong. Maybe we can find a middle ground. I don't know. These are all like sort of like philosophical topics we're sort of throwing out here today. This is going to be less of like a teaching kind of episode and more of just like we're throwing out our thoughts.
Yeah.
Let us know what your thoughts are. But I thought the episode was really interesting. They had someone from the podcast, someone from Jubilee, this production company, interview a woman that believed that the earth was flat. Which, and sometimes, like, I don't believe that the earth is flat. I don't study this. I'm not really into that. But at first glance, you go, oh, what?
Really different.
Yeah, like, I never really listened to the argument that earth is flat. And it was less about the argument of whether or not the earth is flat and more about opposing views, because the person interviewing her did not believe that the earth was flat. But nevertheless, it was not like an accusatory interview. It was not like sensationalized or like heated or intense. He just asked her questions about her life and why she believes what she believes. And after listening to it, I kind of was like, oh, okay, I can understand where she's sort of coming from.
Yeah. It's really interesting. You can have a conversation with someone who does not believe what you believe. And it doesn't have to be a fight or an argument. You can have a peaceful, kind-filled conversation.
Yeah.
With someone who thinks something completely different.
Yeah. And understanding what someone is saying is different than adopting their belief system as your own. You can totally understand where someone is coming from and understand what they're talking about and why they believe what they believe without believing it yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I think there's sometimes a misconception that you have to, like, if you understand what someone else is saying, that you believe in it. Whereas, like, I don't believe the earth is flat, and I have no, this is not the point of the episode, and I'm not, like, gonna do any research on it, to be honest, but I can understand why she would think the way she thought, because of her experiences and her environment.
Yeah.
I can totally understand why she would think the way that she thought. And by just understanding where the thought process comes from, I can maybe look past that as a person and just see a person, Do we believe in the same thing? No.
Yeah.
Does it matter? No.
Yeah.
You know?
We can coexist, and we can do more than just coexist, we can, have relationships and be kind and make friends with people that don't believe what we believe.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to say this. We're all about kindness here. I think a lot of people use the term, like, belief to mask exclusivity.
Like, that's against my beliefs.
Right, like, that's against my beliefs, so I'm not going to treat you with kindness. And that's not what we're saying at all.
Yes. We want to make that clear.
We want to make that clear. Everybody can believe what they want to believe, but here we talk about kindness, and we are all about kindness. So, opposing beliefs are not, you know what I'm saying? Like, opposing beliefs does not mean excluding other people.
You shouldn't use, like, opposing beliefs as an excuse to be unkind to someone.
Exactly, yeah.
There's no excuse for being, there's reasons for being unkind to people, I suppose, but don't use your belief system as a way to exclude other people. You can believe in something, and the understanding that, like, I can believe in something, but at the end of the day, your beliefs are you know what I mean? Like, I should not have influence. I guess you can influence people's beliefs with teachings or whatever, but at the end of the day, I think everyone should have autonomy over their beliefs.
Yeah, and respect other people's
individual belief systems. Yeah. I don't know.
We don't care what you believe in.
Let's just be nice to each other.
Yeah. It's simple.
That's it.
It's the title of this episode. We don't care what you believe. Just be kind to each other. That's it.
That's it. That's the whole episode.
2 seconds.
It's 2 seconds long. So yeah, I think there's a way for all of us to coexist. I think there's a way for us to all respect each other's beliefs. It's going to take a little work on our part. It's going to take kindness toward other people, kindness toward ourselves.
But lucky for you, we have episodes on that.
Yeah, we do.
Check out.
We do indeed. Thank you so much for listening. Let us know what you think. What are your thoughts on belief systems and coexisting with people of other beliefs? We want to know. So leave us a comment, or you can join a discussion over on our Instagram, all about beliefs and belief systems and all that fun stuff.
As always, these podcasts are still on streaming platforms wherever you listen to your podcast. So if you want to take us on the road with you, but not be distracted while you're driving, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcast.
There you go. And you can follow us on Instagram at Courageously Kind Podcast for more little tidbits throughout the week and all that fun stuff.
Or social media isn't your thing, you can email us.
Yeah.
courageouslykindpodcast@gmail.com.
Woo! Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next week.